Don't let me get too comfortable, like. Alright, we're streaming this way. Okay, we're live. Oh, wow. Hi, everyone. Welcome to week 4 of our fall broadcast. We're your hosts. I'm Ranger Allie.
And Ranger Madison.
So we actually have a new guest this week. His name is Michael, and he's from our park concessioner, and he's going to explain what that means. And we'll pull him on here in just a bit. We're going to go over a few housekeeping things and some tips for visiting, especially this weekend, because we're really starting to see color.
Yes, it's getting so beautiful up here. I'm so excited. Right off the bat, if you guys have any questions, make sure you leave them in our comments. We'll be monitoring YouTube and Facebook for comments. So just let us know if there's anything that you want us to talk about. And if we don't get to your comment live on air, we will answer it later in the comments. So just getting that out of the way. Other housekeeping.
Yeah.
Old Rag Day use tickets are sold out for Saturday and Sunday this week. So that's really important for you guys to know.
Yeah, so make sure. So one of the things that we've been noticing is that when you're purchasing your day use ticket, make sure that you go hiking on the day that is on your ticket.
Yes,
Kudos to you for getting the day use ticket, but now we have to take the extra step of making sure we go on that day.
Yes, it's really important that you guys are going on the day for that. So just keep that in mind when you're getting it. Also, we'll talk about passes at your entrance stations. So at the entrance stations, we'll be having a purchase lane and a pass lane. So if you've already gotten your pass on rec.gov, kudos to you yet again, planning ahead. Or if you already have your annual pass for Shenandoah, then you can hop in the pass lane and get through the line a little bit quicker. But if you have to already purchase your pass or you're purchasing a lifetime senior pass, enter into the purchase lane and our fee rangers will get you taken care of, and then you can still go on to your adventure. But either lane you're in, make sure that you have your ID ready, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah, and make sure, just to speed up things when you're in the purchase lane, that if you have exact cash, then that makes it go a lot faster too. Speaking of entrance stations, so we've had a few hiccups with people using their GPS units, and sometimes they're not super reliable, and they'll take them to fire roads or emergency use roads. And that really delays your time getting into the park, which is a bummer. And so to avoid that, we really encourage that you use one of the 4 entrance stations that will enter you onto Skyline Drive. And those addresses are located on our website. So make sure that when you do put in Shenandoah, do a quick check that your address matches one of the 4 entrance stations that is listed on our website. And then another tip, if you do want to increase your speed getting into the park, use a southern entrance station. And one of our tips, and Claire loves this tip, is to use the highways that parallel the park. You know, there is just gorgeous, I mean, right behind us is beautiful, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, when you're on the outside of the park looking up at the mountain, it is spectacular. You get to see you can kind of direct where you want to go, because you'll be like, oh, right there, that's a lot of color. I'm going to go use this station, and then I can enter there and go on that hike. You can kind of see where you want to be when you do get into the park, and then you get to go through all the local communities, which is really cool, and you really get to immerse yourself in the local happenings that are going on that surround Shenandoah National Park.
Could even say the local color.
Yeah, the local color. So I think that's all that we have for our housekeeping tips, and then we can do our peak check. So I had to ask Wendy Cass, who is our park botanist, and she was with us on week 1. I had to ask her for a fall color report, because nobody does it better than Wendy.
Oh, she's just so good at it.
Instead of trying to remember everything she told me, I printed what she told me, because it was just beautiful, and I need to share this. So Wendy's fall peak check right now. We are seeing a bit of premature browning from lack of rain on some trees, but overall it looks good. And we can see that is evident from the tree behind us. As for color, we are seeing some great yellow and crimson in the maples, deep golden yellow in the birches and hickories, and intense reddish purple in the black gums, particularly in the South District. Big Meadows is currently a lovely shade of red from the blueberries and huckleberry shrubs. as well as golden orange from the hay-scented ferns. You can also see red along the drive and the Virginia creeper twining up the trees. When we are just starting to see the beginning of the rivers of gold on the sides of the mountains. These are formed by the tulip poplars changing to a golden yellow. The trees grow along the stream valleys, so when they change, you see the locations of the streams as lines of golden trees. It was just so pretty. I couldn't do it any better than that. My only thing I'd add on there is our temperature, which is actually peak performance right now. We have these warm, sunny days mixed with our colder temps at night. Not freezing, but colder temps at night, which is really good. And it's not too windy right now, so that's really good because it won't make all the leaves fall. We don't want that to happen. And looking ahead in the forecast, it's a lot of sunny, beautiful days. So if you are coming here in the next few weeks, you're going to be in great luck.
It's really that perfect fall weather.
Yeah. So make sure if you have any questions about anything we just went over and leave those in the comments. We do have Claire back with us this week. She'll jump on here and ask those questions that you guys are leaving in the comments at the end of the broadcast. But we are going to bring on our special guest, Michael, from Delaware North.
And I'm going to step off.
So thank you so much for being here today.
Sure,
we know that just like the park, we are super busy right now, and so are you all. But if anyone's confused, would you mind talking about the relationship that Shenandoah National Park and Delaware North have, how they work together?
Sure. Yeah, Delaware North is the authorized concessions contractor for Shenandoah National Park. We operate in national park spaces throughout the country, here in Shenandoah, Grand Canyon, Yellowstone National Park. So this is kind of our wheelhouse. We handle the hospitality aspect of visiting a national park. So we operate all of the hotels, lodges, cabins, gift shops, restaurants, and some of the visitor services here in the park.
Yeah, so mainly those are in like the Skyland area and Big Meadows area. So if you guys are having your stays in any of those lodges, they're in charge of it, so you can thank them.
We'll be taking care of your guest service during your stay.
Awesome. So you also have some new facilities here, new additions to the facilities, and those are the patios. So tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a big push in the last few years, especially since COVID was on the horizon, to expand our outdoor dining spaces. That started, first major project was at the Skyland Terrace, which finished last year, so this was the first full season that we had the new terrace overlooking the Shenandoah Valley in service. And just last week, actually, we finished the new patio project at Big Meadows Wayside, which was part of a larger project addressing ADA access with sidewalks and parking areas in front of the wayside itself.
Yeah, it looks great. I've seen both, and I'm so excited that it like happened at a perfect time too, because with all of the visitation, you guys have so much room to spread out with beautiful views at both locations. So that's really, really great.
And we are operating at our full expanded hours of operations at all of our outlets now. You can get a great smash burger and eat it on our new patio over here at the Wayside, so come check it out.
And you still have the Mile High Blackberry ice cream pie?
We do. That's our specialty. We could never take that away. And you can get that at Big Meadows Lodge and Skyland Dining Rooms both serve that.
Awesome. That's so good to know. So what other tips do you have for anyone visiting the park? So whether they're staying in lodging or visiting some of the concessions, what's your tip?
Yeah, I mean, especially at this time of the year, if you're looking at peaks every single day on my way to work, so it's a great experience.
Absolutely. You guys have to get up here. I know that we're going to roll over to Facebook first, but if you're on YouTube watching right now, we will get to you in just a moment.
We have a question about where the best fall colors are.
So right now, we have wonderful fall colors everywhere. I don't know where the best are, but if you look to those higher elevations, that's where the color is going to be probably the most brilliant, because that's what changes first. But if you go anywhere in the park with the higher elevations, then you are going to see fall color.
So talk about all the different passes that people can use to get in.
Okay, so you can purchase these on rec.gov or at the entrance stations. There is an annual pass for Shenandoah. There is it America the Beautiful pass that goes to all of the national park sites. We have the 7-day pass that gets you into Shenandoah for 7 days. And then there's a senior pass. And I think that's all of them. Yeah.
And the pass lanes, all of those.
Oh, yes.
pass
We
lanes.
do have, so this week we're going to start doing pass lanes. So what that means is when you approach an entrance station, you should see a sign, or some of our rangers will be out working the lines, and there will be a designated lane for pass holders. So if you've already pre-purchased your pass, to have your ID ready, and you can go in that lane, or there's a purchase lane. So if you haven't already purchased your pass, then you'll use that lane.
I think that's all we've got.
That's all of our questions. If you have anything on YouTube?
Is it near the foliage peak this weekend? So just talk a little bit about how peak happens all across the park.
Yeah, so that's a great question, and we get it all of the time. And it's really hard to determine when peak will be because our park is so long. It's the Skyline Drive that's the highway that goes through the park is about 100 miles. And as you drive through, there are varying elevations. And typically, the colors are going to change a lot quicker at the higher elevations than they are at the lower elevations. So if you look at our post that we had today on Facebook and Instagram, we posted some fall color points. There was one at Ivy Creek Overlook, one at The Point, one at Big Meadows, and one at Dickey Ridge. So the one at Dickey Ridge is very green, and that's because it's a lower elevation. As you creep up the park and into Big Meadows and kind of where those other locations are, you're going to see a lot more color, and that's just because of the elevation change. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the comments. You can direct them toward the park rangers, or you can direct them toward Michael. We would love to answer any question that you have that's going to improve your visitor experience when you come to Shenandoah.
Talk about the military pass too, and that we'll be issuing those for Veterans Day.
So we do have a military pass, and beginning Veterans Day or leading up to?
No, we already have it.
We have them.
Yeah, but we're gonna, if people don't have one, we're gonna have special folks to issue them that day.
Do you want to talk about this? I'm gonna bring Claire on about this.
Sure. So on Veterans Day, which is of course November 11th, we're gonna have some folks stationed at the 2 visitor centers. And they will be issuing military passes to active duty military folks and to veterans. So if you don't already have yours, plan to join us that day for some other events and for that as well, to get your military pass. I think that's one of the annual or lifetime passes that we offer that we might not have.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're getting some more. We have best places to see fall color on the Saturday, which I feel like you hit a little bit.
Yeah, so again, the elevation of the park kind of varies. So if you go to a higher elevation, you're going to get the most fall color this weekend.
I just came from Skyland and it was pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
Skyline always has such great color.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite spots. And all the older buildings on the lower level of Skyland, it's always worth a great drive just to see Addie's Cottage and those things down there as well, against that backdrop of the great fall color.
Lacey says that military already get free America the Beautiful passes.
Okay, great. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay, well that's fine. If you all do have any questions, we can answer them when we get back down to our office. So if you have any questions that you want to include on YouTube or Facebook, please put them in the comments and we'll get back to them as soon as we can. So, but thank you so much for being here,
Thanks
Michael.
for having
It was
me.
really
Yeah, it was great to join.
Awesome. All right. Thank you all again.